Changes are chances. This text was written on December the 17th, 2020. It is so funny. Life is so funny. I wanted to write on Twitter that changes are good. That is something that I am always telling myself. But when writing changes, my cell phone changed the word to chances. And it was brilliant. That's how ideas are born. So, changes are chances. A chance to start over. A chance to keep walking. Why are we so afraid to change? We are taught, since we are really young, that we have to go to school in order to become someone in life, in order to secure a future for us, in order to be able to be successful. Successful. That's why we are always afraid of the future, because we are taught that we have to be thinking about the future instead of living the present moment. Anyways, I just felt like writing because I'm in the middle of packing all my stuff in order to move to a new place. It was hard to learn this, but now I try to live my life flowing with the cosmos, just observing and understanding the signals, to understand where I have to go in order to keep moving on with my life and my plans. I am so thankful with life for all this time that I lived here, in this apartment that I'll be living tomorrow. It was amazing to live on my own. I had already experienced living alone in Canada. Alone meaning with no parents, but I was living with people, roommates, and the owner of the house. But this time it was really alone. Until my best friend, my little and precious cat, arrived. I lived here for 10 months. Now that I can see the whole picture, I understand that it was really necessary. Things happen for a reason. Everything is based on a perfect structure. Nothing is random. Over these months, I dedicated myself to heal my wounds that nobody created but me. Now I am able to understand that nobody can hurt you unless you let them to. It is our mind, the knife, that harms us. It was necessary to be with me and nobody else but me. Not only to heal, but to develop new abilities and talents. I have always heard that it is important for an artist to be alone in order to create. Well, I can affirm that. I'm not saying that you can only be creative when being alone. I am dying to meet musicians in order to create a band and compose together. But solitude is important in order to find yourself and be able to get to know yourself. Only when achieving that, you'll be able to create whatever you want in life. The way to do is to be. Mr. Woodnote told me once, an amazing Australian musician and human being. It is funny because we don't know each other, and yet he wanted to support me one night I was crying. One of those nights where I just couldn't sleep. I sent a message to him through Instagram asking for a piece of advice. I told him I was running out of money, I couldn't find a cheaper place to rent, and I couldn't find a job. I was following my dreams and doing everything that was in my hands, but it was not working really good. I felt I was invisible because I was singing, playing music, writing books, and yet I had no answer or opportunities to make money through my art. This was his answer. Yo, settle in. This might be a long one. Don't give up, ever. It sounds like you are doing it. Being a musician. And being a musician is exactly what you are doing, so you have that part sorted. Playing, composing, teaching, writing books, and living with a cat is being a musician. You are a musician, and it's inside you and outside of you too. Maybe it's not a dream though. You're not asleep. You are awake. You are alive. This is it. The money thing is extremely difficult too. I really understand that. This part is the challenge, to survive. You must survive. That is the most important thing. You have to do whatever you have to do to make money to eat and buy cat food. Charles Mingus talked about being able to practice inside his head, away from his instrument. The greatest saxophonist I ever met showed me over 100 big boxes full of paper that had the letterhead of a company that he worked for over 10 years. Inside the boxes, and written on those sheets with the company's letterhead, was tens of thousands of compositions. That's what he had been doing at his desk for 10 years while he was meant to be working. Here is a poem my mother gave me. Always we hope. Lao Tzu. Always we hope someone else has the answer. Some other place will be better. Some other time it will turn out. This is it. No one else has the answer. No other place will be better. And it has already turned out. At the center of your being, you have the answer. You know who you are, and you know what you want. There is no need to run outside for better seeing, nor to peer from a window. Rather abide at the center of your being, for the more you live it, the less you learn. Search your heart and see. The way to do is to be. Abide at the center of your being. And here is one I have on my wall from the Dalai Lama. Never give up. No matter what is going on, never give up. Develop the heart. Too much energy in your country is spent developing the mind instead of the heart. Develop the heart. Be compassionate, not just with your friends, but with everyone. Be compassionate. Work for peace in your heart and in the world. Work for peace, and I say again, never give up. No matter what's going on around you, never give up. So, keep going. You are young, hang in there, play loud. The musician is you. The music is you. There is no difference. There is no piano. There is no saxophone. There is just us. It's inside us. Play it loudly, Mikey would note. Yeah, life is hard, but I am totally sure that even in the darkest storms, there is always gonna be someone there willing to give you their hand. Because that is the point of life, to keep evolving. Whether you believe in Jesus Christ, Buddha, or whatever name you want to add, we are being guided all the time. Life does not want us to suffer. Suffering is useless. Pain is necessary. To receive that message from Mr. Woodnote helped me to calm down, calm my mind, and see the reality. The reality was that I was on my bed, wearing my pajama, inside my room, inside my apartment, drinking hot tea, being not cold at all, being not hungry at all, and having everything I needed in that specific moment. Why was I crying? Why was I scared? Why was I worried? Because I was thinking about the future. Because I was creating imaginary situations in my mind. Situations that didn't exist, and I was not being thankful at all for the things that were around me. There, the problem is. We open our eyes every morning forgetting about something. Forgetting that we are alive. And that is a gift. A gift that we selfishly waste every second of every day. So, the moment somebody dies, we create a horrible scene and we suffer. Why? Because that situation is reminding us that that is our destination. Life is that happens between birth and death. But what we only see is death. I remember a job I had like 3 months ago. I had it for 3 weeks, I remember. I'll tell you that story. It was about preparing and selling perfumes. It is a famous French trademark. When they were hiring me, they said they wanted artists for the job, that I would be working in a mall near to my house, and that they would help me to keep developing my career while working with them at the same time. I fell in love immediately because I believed it. Of course, that was not true. The moment they hired me, they forgot what they said and didn't care at all about my time and projects. The mall near to my house was like 40 minutes away, but suddenly they told me I'd be working in another mall that was 2 hours away from where I was living, just at the other side of the city. They said it was only going to be for a short period of time, and then I've been working where they promised. 1 week went by. 2 weeks went by. 3 weeks went by, until I got tired and quit it. Even though I was doing my best and having a positive state of mind, I left the job. I needed 2 hours to get by public transport to the place and 2 hours to go back home. I was thinking, I can do this. I can come back home and practice singing and piano for 1 hour and then have dinner and then go to sleep and then wake up and do the same. Yeah, right. That was my brain talking, but my body was telling, dude, come on. We've been 12 hours working and walking. I just want to go to sleep. I just couldn't concentrate on practicing. My voice was not working at all when coming back home. All my body was asking for was to rest. I was sure, and still am, about what I was doing. I'd rather be dead than leaving aside my art. I was not afraid at all. I quitted and thought, I believe in me. I believe in life. This is not for me. My art comes first. My priority is me. Yes, I need money, but I need me. I can have millions of dollars, but there would be no point in having so if I don't have myself with me. Yes, I was nervous. Yes, there were nights where I could not sleep, but Mr. Woodnote helped me realize everything is okay. In these 10 months, I learned to live in the present moment. I learned to enjoy the present moment. I learned to enjoy life. After 24 years of my life, I feel I am just starting to live. After 24 years of my life, I am just beginning to be thankful for being alive. I learned to improvise. I had no internet and yet did everything I could to keep feeding my social media, to keep doing my videos, to write and publish my book. That is another fairy tale I'll tell you another day. I learned not to make decisions based on fear. I'll tell you another story. Just yesterday, I went to see another place to rent. It was really cool, near a beautiful park, where I thought it would be cool to go running. It had everything, but they didn't accept pets. The owner, really confident, told me, "You can just keep her up for adoption." The moment she said that, I swear I did my best not to cry. I would never leave Misty, my cat. She's been my little fella and my best friend. I would not abandon her because I'm afraid. I have to admit, I was considering the place because I needed to leave this apartment right away for the owners to rent it to somebody else, but I meditated about it and thought, this place is just not for me. I am not going to take this decision just because I am desperate. I am not going to take this decision based on fear. I trust myself and I trust life. There is going to be a better place, and if my cat is there with me, for sure it's going to be a better place. And yeah, I found it. I found the better place where we both can live together. The hardest thing I learned over these 10 months was to trust myself, to discover myself and be sure of who I am, what I want, and where I'm going to. The moment you do that, you will never again take a decision based on fear. You will learn to wait for your opportunity. Embrace change. It is telling you, man, you have already learned what you needed to learn here. Get up and keep moving. Keep walking. Keep evolving. I'll never get tired of saying this. Life is so beautiful. Be brave. Embrace change. Embrace life. Fall in love with yourself. And of course, fall in love with new beginnings.